I'm always trying to keep on top of everything.
Yeah, we're here!
Okay. Hi here!
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling in late.
Yeah, well, let me guess. Something tells me you're gonna have to... Are you gonna be doing something different?
In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some clothes shopping.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. We didn't mean...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little.
Hardy.
After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of.
Well, that's detention. Sorry, the situation was a bit tricky.
I just like seeing that serious look on your face. Alright, I'll stop.
Wait, that was a serious look?
All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care of this as soon as possible.
Okay, so you don't joke anymore?
But where should we start?
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali.
He's gonna get in our way when we have to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
He's gonna crash the party. We're gonna be dealing with him just like I dealt with Child, just like I dealt with Signora, and maybe any other... Was there another Fatui? I can only remember those two.
Yeah, we sure don't want him to...
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that.
Okay. So what should we do?
According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust.
Yeah, but he's resisted their approaches many different times, so...
So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, we'll make any necessary adjustments to our plan.
Okay.
The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard.
So now we're assistant, but now we have a bodyguard because you were a bodyguard to Junior Zod, and now you're gonna be a bodyguard to us?
You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone you know.
You offered it to Junior Zod, and a rich family, and maybe several other people before that, and Rahaman, and maybe some other people before that.
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
Says the person who would have done it for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill,
How much more?
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say?
Huh?
I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must look lovely when they smile.
Yeah, well, it's a long story that involves going from one world to the next, looking for a long-lost brother, and trying to search for family.
Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less...
Thank you.
Looking good! I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm. There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile a down payment for our future victory.
Okay.
Let's go. It's time to pay a visit to Pardis DI.
Fine. Okay. Is something big gonna happen aside from the Balladeer?
He's over there! Let's go say hi!
I think we are. Done.
Tainari!
Yes.
Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Long time no see, dear.
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She's an Aramite mercenary.
And to ignore it like, oh, okay.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
We want to ask you something. We want you to try to do something about the academia, even though you denied it before, but yeah.
It's something really important.
And he's like, what is it?
Alright. Then follow me.
And he seems to already know. Huh. That transition.
This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay. What is this important thing you want to ask me?
Have you ever met the doctor? We gotta do something about him. I want to know where he is.
The doctor.
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Paradis DI just a little while ago.
So you know.
He left already?
Yeah. He came looking for me.
Uh-huh.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met.
Hello.
But your answer is very important to us. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia. Okay. I'll answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to tell me everything that's happened.
Okay.
Sino's name really does work wonders.
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the Traveler, and Sino, none of you strike me as the type that would conspire to deceive me.
Yeah, I can see you're the serious type, even though Sino's more of the serious type.
You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point.
Okay.
The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Okay. Why? Was she necessary or crucial to an experiment?
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
What is he after?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent.
He needs her drugs.
So you mean you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Paradis DI. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you've recruited many informants. But you're right. Hypatia has indeed been receiving treatment from me.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Why? Oop,
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How unbefitting.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most advanced and effective treatment.
yeah, well, are you saying Tignara is not effective?
I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery. Would that be agreeable to you?
Yeah, but what are your reasons? Why would you want to take her away to Snezhnaya?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer to another nation. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible for her treatment, I cannot possibly sign off on this transfer. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass.
Even though Tignara is not part of the plan, he himself is also saying it's reckless.
I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I've come to detest.
You feel like there's something off about him.
It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's confident in himself and his abilities to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him.
Because you know that he's not going to be up to any good. You think he'll just give up in here?
I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic. Still, his reaction really concerned me.
What about it? Oh god, the frickin' Xylan. The new character.
I see, I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn.
Not one
I
character.
must say, you are not like what I had expected. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today. What with Her Most Noble Majesty, the Tsaritsa, calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said. You're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that, you're still lacking a bit of shrewdness.
And what's wrong with that?
And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
And which is? He sounds a little different. Who?
Paimon can't help but feel like he's hinting at something unpleasant.
He's a Fatui. Obviously, he's one of the main antagonists in the game. I'm sure it's not that important. Dottore.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. From his tone, I can sense that he's always looked down on others.
I can't believe he's actually leaving Sumeru. So if we're not dealing with him, then we're going to be dealing with the Balladeer.
I can barely believe it myself. If that's true, the situation will be in our favor.
Because he's not going to get out of our way, but...
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky. Now that you know a little more, it should be easier for you to stay safe.
Thank you for sharing the information.
Sorry we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway. I won't forget your kindness.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started because of me.
Do you feel somewhat responsible? So Sino approached
Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and assist him with his research.
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and the tone are both familiar, but some details have been omitted. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. 1 dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for a rainy day.
So what does 2 dots mean?
This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe something may have happened to him.
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia.
I'd like to ask you to do that for me, if you can keep yourself safe. Please withdraw immediately at the first hint of danger.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple.
It won't be that simple, cliché.
The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be involved with it.
It's the creation of a god. So what better way to create a god and throw another in jail?
If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation once the investigation starts. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
All right, we've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from the Academia.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
I'm pretty sure the term alma mater is used to describe, like, connections to the Academia. Like what your school record is.
The Academia, yes. But my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried that he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted.
But in the end, it still caught up with him. And
I
now,
see. So you noticed something was up with the Academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all of this. In which case, I must keep my promise and help you however I can. Also, if you run into Sino again, please help me pass on a message to him. Trust your own senses and experiences. I think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this Harbinger.
Crap. Are we going after the doctor or are we going after Balladeer?
Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis DI?
That way.
Are we seriously gonna go after the doctor? Dottore?
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way.
Okay. Dottore. Is that Russian? Okay.
According to Tighnari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth. He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean by that? We need to be extra careful when dealing with a person like him. Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went. How can we start chasing him?
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find leads as we go. All you have to do is just follow me.
Great! I'm another assistant! But I thought you were my bodyguard.
That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces.
I'm sorry.
Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is.
Maybe he just doesn't care.
We're headed in the right direction.
How do you know? Is he up ahead?
The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry.
So, is he going alone?
It's just as I thought.
What did you think? What were you thinking? Where are we going? What?
We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went.
Where?
To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos?
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look for...
Okay. I'm done.
Look! Fatui's
You're gonna-
soldiers! Thanks to Dia's tracking skills, seems we found the right place.
Yes.
Shh! Don't draw their attention. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Didn't she tell you to shut up?
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
Why?
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
Really? Nobody's supposed to be that happy. Okay. Taking the high road, sneaking all along up here. There's that big boat, and there's a big guy there. This is as close as I'll
The
get.
doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru.
So, what?
Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him.
Okay. Done.
This place will do. We can hide here while we keep an eye on the boat.
The doctor didn't lie about leaving Sumeru, but it could be really that simple. Well, there, are you sure he's not planning something? He's got earrings that look like syringes.
Uh-oh!
What's the matter?
He saw us.
From all the way back there?
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
Does he know we're there?
You mean there's nobody with him?
And where are all the soldiers we saw in the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago, but now they vanished.
So were they real?
So this was a trap.
But there's nobody around us.
Wait, don't tell me that.
What is it?
Luckily, there is still some time left for
Okay,
me to
Dr.
take care of
Seals,
everything before I leave.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. What?
They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
It looks like we'll be dealing with them ever again in Sumeru.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hypatia once connected her consciousness to the Balladeer.
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away. And if I couldn't...
Oh no! Are you saying they're going to kill her?
Let's go!
But we gotta do something to prevent her from being taken. What happened to all the soldiers? They were all an illusion. But then again... Is anything to do with the doctor an illusion?
Pardees DI is not a place you Fatui can just show up and do as you please.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for...
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Guess Dottore is out of the picture now. Are we ever gonna see Dottore ever again? Maybe in the 6.0 update for when the actual Shniznaya comes out.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar like yourself. I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ear. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Pardees DI...
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing about keeping a low profile.
Is this what he means about paying the price for learning something?
I may be staying at Pardees DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a forest watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so much to Sumeru.
Then it seems our conversation has hit an impasse.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
So...
Tighnari!
Okay.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
Bring forth!
Now keel over!
Right here. Emerge.
The doctor's orders are absolute.
Oh, crap!
For so long that you don't know anything else now.
Shut up, every single one of you! Boom!
Written in the stars.
Die! Please! Thank you! Wow!
We're not getting anywhere.
Anywhere.
Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak around and attack from behind.
Oh, I gotta pull up the rear. Dang! That took so much effort on my part.
Got it.
Oh, wow, talk about a fight.
Hypatia's still here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken in.
Also, Chris, this is not the hardest fight. It gets worse. It gets up. And it gets up. And it gets up! And... Wait, what? She appears unharmed, but why is she so still? Is she fake? She's just sleeping.
Well, how is she?
She's sleeping. Everything's fine. She's just asleep.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. What?
So, you think this is over?
Oh, crap, it's him! He hasn't seen you fight the big three boys. The Balladeer. That voice. The Balladeer. I believe you on that. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, Chris, when I've played games like these before.
What? The Balladeer is here?
Oh, yeah. He's here.
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
Where only I can see him. I can't see him, so he's a spirit, a ghost. Wait, if the traveler can see him, then why is the traveler able to see him? Because it made physical contact with Asia is the balladeer in her consciousness?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know.
So the balladeer has already gotten to her?
Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI and made contact with Hypatia.
What did you do with Hypatia?
I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the balladeer, right?
The balladeer kind of looks like a samurai.
That's impossible.
So, here's the thing, Chris, and it's going to require a little bit of explanation. In this game, there are multiple nations. Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, Sumeru, Fontaine, Notline. Each nation looks... Mondstadt is related to German people. Liyue is related to Chinese. Inazuma is related to the Japanese people. For some odd reason, Sumeru is Middle Eastern, and Notline, I don't even remember. Jungle, Amazon, take your pick. But Inazuma, the balladeer is from Inazuma, so that he does have that Japanese feel to it. So yeah, you're right on that one. For once.
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch.
Why?
I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
And what's the fool's errand?
Hey, traveler! What are you doing?
Hey, quiet for a second.
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details.
You're trying to create a god, but why?
Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me.
Traveler finally tells Paimon to shut up. Didn't she already do that before? Also, the idea is like, you can't beat me, I'm a god. How many times in anime have I ever seen the main character kick a person's ass? Also, Patrick, put in an Avengers scene where the Hulk just freaking Hulk smashes Loki back and forth.
You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Puny god.
Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me?
Yeah. Because we're dealing with anime logic at this point. So, and if there's anything I know about anime logic, it's that any small little girl in anime, for some odd reason, is going to be stronger than everybody else, so the answer is yes. Especially when it's from a Japanese point of view, and given that you're from a Japanese nation, you would know. It can act faster than we thought.
Scholars consider the God of Wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it.
Because you never appreciated the Raiden Shogun because she threw you away.
But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. It's truly laughable.
Maybe. If you can hear my thoughts, I want to ask you a question.
Yes. What is it?
Why do you want to make that god? What's your whole purpose in this? Why do you feel the need to do something about it? Why did you join the Harbingers? Why did you take the Inazuma Gnosis away in exchange for the Traveler's life? You're acting more friendly than usual, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Which is why I'm talking to you like this.
Are you really okay with all this?
What do you mean?
The Academia plans to infuse your consciousness with the divine knowledge capsule. This is extremely risky. Even the Academia's theories are correct and you manage to gain the wisdom of a god, you probably no longer remain yourself. You probably become the greater Lord Rukkhadevata for the Academia. Even if it means losing yourself, you want to become a god?
Those words almost make you sound like a friend who actually cares.
You know why? Not only looks like a samurai, but he also looks like an Oni. Actually, no. An Oni has horns.
But you're wrong. I'm different from all of you.
I don't see him have horns, and he's not an Oni. I've seen Oni in the game. Arataki Ito, from an earlier story quest, was an Oni, and usually the Reckless. He's too well refined and reverted to be an Oni, so no, he's not an Oni character.
I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine.
Yeah. Isn't that all of life?
Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is what gives it value.
You see yourself as a sheet of paper, and you'd rather see yourself as higher by throwing away your sense of self? Also, where have I not seen that before, where people throw their sense of self to become way stronger?
All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should have been erased a long time ago.
Such is human existence, which you seem to throw away like Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world done for you to protect it with such zest and conviction?
Maybe a little bit more than you realize.
I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking, and sense the depth of your determination.
You wanna... oh.
This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth.
And you do? Or is it just deluding yourself into telling other people to deluding themselves?
It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss in ignorance.
I've seen too many people have gone down that road to let another one fall down that. If that's truly what it believes, why do you keep your connection with Hypatia? Surely with the power you've come to possess, you can cut her off with just a thought.
You've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, I think you'd feel the same way.
Yeah, well, what exactly is your position?
She peered into my consciousness and saw my past. Someone like that is qualified to become my first follower.
So he's the one who's created the forbidden divine knowledge?
All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory.
No. Is that so?
You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon, you'll know what kind of authority you're challenging.
Yeah, all I need to do is grind hard and pull that shit off. You truly cherish your follower, you should protect her from harm.
Who wants to hurt my devout follower?
It seems the doctor does not wish for her to stay in Sumeria and continue receiving treatment here. Isn't that a little suspicious?
The doctor wants to hurt my first follower?
Does that make you mad? He becomes a boss fight, right?
Oh, very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing discord?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I've seen other people sow discord while on Discord! And also, he becomes a boss fight, right? Yeah. Given what we've seen in the previous Archon quests, we're going to be facing him, hopefully by today.
The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the new god. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift, just like my expression of affection towards Hypatia. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded.
Look at your face. What are you planning?
Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be reasonable.
There's no chance he's strong enough to destroy Dottore. Okay.
Ah! Heimer's thunder!
Could it be Balladeer?
That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while.
You become milder, even more deranged. Yeah. He's ranked number 6 and Dottore is ranked number 2.
Where is the storm headed?
It can't be. The Balladeer is using the Gnosis to change the weather.
That means anyone outside is in danger.
Dang. There they are. Did you get struck by lightning?
Oh, have the Fatui retreated?
Ignorant are over there. Something tells me they have, but...
Hey, what happened to you?
He's hurt.
He's been electrified. Struck by lightning somehow.
I'm fine. Oh.
You've been struck by lightning. You are not fine.
Don't move. I've seen eremites get struck by lightning before. You need to rest.
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone, almost as if it were alive. Luckily, there were only 2 of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn to shreds by the bolts of lightning.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat.
You're wounded.
It's all right.
Struck by lightning. You got struck by lightning. That's gotta hurt. Well, rip to those guys.
My wound aside, you look like you've seen something unpleasant. Is Hypatia all right?
Yes, but... That hurt.
Hey, didn't I tell you not to move?
Because lightning screws up the nervous system and causes you to not move around a lot.
Just in case, let's go to Hypatia's place and talk about things there.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, is she gone? No, she's still there.
Thank goodness, she's fine.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself first?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. They always think they can push through the pain.
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit.
Okay. You recount everything with their meeting, encounter with Balladeer while checking up on Hypatia.
So that's what you were talking to the Balladeer about?
The Academia's God creation plan. How ridiculous.
Because it kind of goes against anything related to academic progress. Because they literally have a god in prison because of their academic progress.
That sounds, ambitious, I guess? Anyway, this is all way beyond me.
Yeah.
As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I'll only work when I have to. I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party's DI.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there are other people who are least ambitious.
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for your help back there.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to, and left Sumeru in a hurry.
I also have a theory. I don't know what the theory is, but the Traveler will bring it up. I think the Balladeer is the reason why the doctor is targeting Hypatia. Her consciousness connected to the Balladeer, and she's seen the past.
Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the Balladeer. Is that why they tried to seize Hypatia?
A game theory!
You said the Balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past. So, what could be there?
For now, I'm not really sure, except for the words "forget me."
Have you noticed? The Balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider himself as his equal.
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the Balladeer zap him with lightning?
I don't think that would be enough.
Based on what the Traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us. In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan. The doctor is out of the picture now.
Yeah, but we have to deal with the Balladeer.
Yay! That's a big accomplishment!
Except we have another problem.
I'm also happy for you.
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now.
Also, sleep!
Yeah, alright.
Okay,
And he
that
falls
wraps things
asleep
up
on
for
the
us
floor.
here at Party's DI. Traveler, it's about time we rendezvous with the others at the Grand, but let's continue
Fine.
to keep a low profile.
Fine. Also, fine. As by a god's side. And you're gonna sit on Karkata for a bit. Wait until the next day.
One need not scry to know today's weather will be good.
What? Also, the weather just got good.